G'day viewers, today it's transformers, and in particular transformer ratios. I thought I'd show you an easy way to sort out all of your transformer ratio formulas. My students call it the NVIN formula. So think of an engine VIN number, this is the NVIN, and of course NVIN. NVIN. So you spell it that way, you do it that way first off, and then what you've got to do is for the first N, you've got 1. Then you put 2. Everything around the N1, so think if we start with NVIN, N starts with number 1, and everything around it is 2. So what I mean by that is here we got VIN, that's 2, 2, 2. Underneath it we'll write NVIN again. And it has a 2. Now the rest from here, beside the N2, is the VIN are all 1s. Okay, so you got NVIN starting at 1 and then 2s. Then we got NVIN with starting at 2 and going to 1s. Now we're going to repeat the top line. So it's NVIN again, but we're back to 1. Okay, so we got NVIN again starting at 1. So NVIN up here starts at 1. Everything around it is 2s. And this 2 here, everything's 1. So going back to 1, and they're all 2s. Okay. Now, you've probably already guessed what this is. So here we've got the number of turns on the primary side of the transformer, or number 1 winding. Here we've got the voltage on the secondary side of the transformer, or the second winding. Here we've got the current on the secondary winding, and we've got the number of turns on the secondary winding. And of course, here we've got the number of turns on the secondary winding. And then we've got the voltage on the primary, current on the primary, number of turns on the primary, and then we're back to number of turns on the primary, voltage on the secondary, current on the secondary, and number of turns on the secondary. All of your formulas for your transformer ratios are here. So it's just like Ohm's law. So what you're going to have, and what I mean by Ohm's law, it's the triangles. So in here, you've got all your formulas. So let's say you've got the number of turns on the secondary winding, and you know the voltage on the primary winding, and you know the voltage on the secondary of the winding. So this is your formula right here. There's your formula, and of course what you want is the number of turns on the primary. So number of turns on the primary equals number of turns on the secondary multiplied by the voltage on the primary divided by the voltage on the secondary. Okay. What if you had, let's say, the voltage, let's pick another one. Let's say you've got the voltage of the secondary and the current of the secondary, but you're wanting to find out what's going to be the current on the primary. So in here, you've got voltage of the secondary here, you've got current of the secondary here, but nothing underneath it. So you're going to divide it by one figure. So up here we got voltage of the secondary and current of the secondary, and we want to know the current. Here we've got the voltage of the primary. So there's our formula. And so it's voltage on the secondary multiplied by the current on the secondary divided by the voltage on the primary will give you your current on the primary. And of course, if you had, let's say you had the current of the primary and you had the number of turns on the primary, and you've got the current on the secondary but you don't have the number of turns on the secondary, then that is your formula there. So just within here are all the formulas that you need for your transformer ratios. You do not touch the top line. It's not like as if you've got the current to the primary multiplied by the number of turns on the primary. You want to know the current on the secondary. You wouldn't be able to take out the current of the secondary on the top. The top remains in place. You need two values on the top, one value on the bottom. So you can, if you're looking for a value, you'll remove it from one of the bottom lines, the second or the bottom line. You don't touch the top line. That's it. Takes a little bit to get your head around, I admit, but I've only got a short video. But that is the NVIN formula. Remember, start with 1 and then you've got VIN as 2s. Start down here with N2 and you've got the VIN as 1s. Then you go back again to N1 and all the rest are 2s. All of your formulas are in there. You don't have to transpose. You don't have to try and remember all of the ratio formulas. Okay guys, hope it helped. See you tomorrow.